start with Wisconsin. We're joined by Yvette Healy, head coach. Also, Kelsey Jenkins, utility player, and right-hand pitcher Haley Heston. We'll get an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll follow up with questions from student-athletes. Coach.
Thanks. We're really excited to be here. We were a bubble team getting into the tournament, and anytime you have that experience at the end of the year, it makes it that much more exciting to play in the postseason. Really proud of this group. We had some great wins and some great wins down the stretch, definitely. So we're excited to represent the Big Ten and be out here playing and get to see Alabama, get to play at a stadium like this with this much history and legacy. And I'm a big fan of Pat Murphy and what he's been able to build, and just to be near and get to see how this all works is pretty exciting. So we're thrilled to get to match up right away with the Pac-12 too, and I think it's going to be a great game tomorrow.
Questions for Kelsey or Haley at this time?
Yeah, for both players, last four in is kind of the designation you got. How much how much anxiety did you go through with the selection, and what did it mean when you saw Wisconsin come up on board?
Kelsey, you want to start?
Sure. I think the more and more each kind of bracket got let out, I was like, oh God, but I think the hopefulness that we had that, we had a great, preseason, and we finished the Big Ten season super strong, that we were hopeful that, someone would see, the magic that we were creating and, give us another chance. So I think that's all I got.
Yeah, it was a really surreal moment. We were all super excited, and we knew coming into it that we didn't know, but we were very, very excited when we saw our name. A lot of school pride.
I'm not sure how aware you are of kind of the other teams, how their season's been going, but obviously Middle Tennessee and Alabama kind of did similar stretches late in the season runs. How would you kind of compare some of that? And is it kind of unique to see three of the four kind of have to kind of skirt in? Even Alabama didn't know if they were going to host necessarily, going into it.
Didn't. Must be nice. Was worried about that. I think it kind of shows how, the season, there's so many ups and downs, and, once you start riding that win streak and, you get a lot of wins going, and then, it's double-digit wins, and I think that just kind of shows how, the ball can fall kind of, in any way, and it can go, to any team, whoever comes out and competes the best. And clearly with, us and those two teams you listed, something's going right for us, and, we want to ride it all the way into that tournament, so it'll be fun to kind of get out there and compete with those teams who have similar stuff that we've got.
I mean, this is why I love softball, because both teams show up to play, and anybody could win on any day. So all these teams are getting hot, and that's awesome, but it's still a game. So.
Any other questions for student?
What's it like to be in a sport where weather matters, and you are on the road probably for 2 months before you even think about playing at home? And how much does that help now that you're on the road in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of comes with the territory of coming and, going to Wisconsin, going anywhere really in the Midwest. You know that, weather's always going to be a factor, whether that's, rain, snow, or just like flat out cold. But coming out there, you know that, you're going to, be a road dog, most of the season. And I think, us coming, to play on the road again, maybe a little bit different, climate than we're used to, but we're used to playing on the road, and that mentality just kind of comes more natural to, us compared to some of the other teams who have, 30, 40 home games, in their season. I think we had
12.
Yeah.
12 home games.
Yeah, I think Coach was super excited when the Big Ten schedule came out this year. She's like, 4 home series. She's like, this never happens. And and then, of course, rain and stuff even cuts out some of our home games. So it's just kind of, makes it that much more special when we get to play at home, I think. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think coaches gave us a schedule. I mean, being on the road for 5 weeks is tough. So coming here is no different than what we had to do in preseason.
So speaking of climate, what do you know about humidity?
I know you sweat a lot. That's stepping off the plane yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh. But I think I'm from Arizona, so I get the dry heat, but not as similar as the humidity. But I was excited to, come play in the warm again. I can't say for my two counterparts here who...
We slipped. I mean, we slipped going into the steak restaurant last night. The floor was a little wet, so we had to make an adjustment there. But everybody got to the salad bar safely. So we that was our first experience with the humidity.
Yeah.
I know we did some sauna training to help prepare us for the heat. So, I mean, we're just going to adjust as we need to.
It was 29 degrees was the real feel on Friday a week ago. So we knew we'd be making that swing from 29 degrees. And I said to the crew, I go, we could be complaining about how hot it's going to be 1 week from today. And kind of spoke it into existence. And a week later, there you have it. And I said, won't it be a great problem to have? And so we're excited to get to deal with the heat.
Any other questions for Haley or Kelsey?
Kelsey, forgive me for not knowing, but your thing got list left and right. Are you a slapper?
Yeah, I can slap. I slap, hit, bunt. I do it all.
How have you had to adjust to the box rule? Seems to have really changed the game, and there seems to have been really enforcing, at least down here.
Yeah, I think too, in the Big Ten, the first couple weekends, it was I felt like anytime, anyone slapped, it was boom, out right away. And so I think, you still want to play into the strengths of the slap hit and the speed, but I think not making it much more than it is, aiming for that top left corner, that's the goal of the slappers. And it hasn't affected me as much, seeing as I'm hitting a little bit more this year, but I can speak for the rest of my slap teammates who we have definitely been working, and they're constantly drawing the box for us, even in just regular BP and hitting practice, just so we know we have a visual of where we're going. And we don't want that to be a factor, because that's a controllable factor that we can control, and there's much more uncontrollables in the game, so we want to make sure we can control what we can control for sure.
Thank you, ladies. Y'all are good. Coach, we'll go ahead and take questions for you at this time.
Oh.
Can you expound on that and how the slap rule, the box rule, has affected the game, and in particular your game?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think everyone's had to make adjustments, and sometimes new rules, the first time they come in, you've got to adjust to it, whether it's drawing the pitcher's lane and, or illegal pitches or this the box. But I'm sure it'll be an easier thing once we settle in. But you've got to watch it, a lot more film and a lot more paying attention to that side. Luckily, we've got some swingers, too, just like Kelsey, that, we've got some plan Bs if we have to go to that, as we're working on the transition.
What does Kelsey mean to your program? I
She's
notice her name comes up a lot in your notes.
It does. She just keeps showing up at these press conferences. I didn't even say invite her. And no, Kelsey's been a tremendous. She's meant a ton to the program. We, as a Big Ten team, as a Midwest team, we recruit regionally a ton, but you really have to bring in some phenomenal national players too. And to have a player like her who came in as just a great left-handed hitter and a great defensive kid, but she has just grown tremendously. She's played internationally for the Canadian national program, and to see her go from being just a nice player to one of the elite players in our conference. She led the conference with the best slugging percentage, best batting average?
Not slugging.
Oh, it's like batting average on base percentage.
Yeah.
Okay, she had 2 of the 3. But she's just been a great leader. So it's fun to see players like that develop, and she's been phenomenal. And we've had a ton of young player success, and I think a lot of that, to see Haley Hestican as a freshman here, and Taylor Johnson and Lauren Foster, some of our freshmen, play so well, has everything to do with the leadership from KJ and some of the other seniors.
Tell us about your style of ball, 75 steals. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think we run that well, honestly. So they've done a great job. I think the team is comfortable being uncomfortable, taking some calculated risks, and we're a team that has some energy, and so hopefully we can continue that side. But we've got the ability to use our speed, but we also have some power, and so. I'm excited about that side. I think from a pitching standpoint, we keep it simple, and our pitchers are competitive and keep us in games, and so it's not flashy. It's very Midwest, and we come out and play hard and grind and leave it on the field. But across the board, when people watch us, I think you just see that the players have fun and they play hard, and that's what I'm probably most proud of.
Are you a risk taker as a coach, and you kind of have to be in the postseason?
Yeah, calculated wise, I think you're looking for opportunities when you do, and you have to see where you need to and where you don't. But sure, this is a crew but I think they play the game themselves a lot too. We put them in a position that they make big decisions themselves. They take risks or they don't take risks, and so we're more about the empowering side of helping them just play the game loose and make their reads and enjoy that side of it.
A couple more questions for Coach.
Does all that travel early in the season when you can't play at home in the postseason, you think that helps as far as just people knowing what it's like to be away from home and all that?
Oh, sure. The team likes playing on the road. I mean, it's fun. You know, a lot of times we're taking minivans and driving around, and we've got a bus here, so we feel a little bit spoiled in this environment. But yeah, travel is a big part of it, and you just have to know going into it. A lot of these young women, they didn't choose Wisconsin so they could play every game at home. They chose it for the academics and the facilities and the support and the amazing town. So being on the road, I mean, they miss Madison because it's beautiful, but they're used to being road warriors, and that's a fun spot. They like being the underdog, so it's a good environment to be in coming here.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.